Hey there, and welcome to this lesson for Heart of Gold by Neil Young. So I'm going to have a quick playthrough of it to let you know what to expect in this lesson. Here we go. So it goes. That's a harmonica, by the way. Then the verse. I want to live, I want to give. I've been a miner for a heart of gold. Right, you do that 3 times. Nice rhythm. Then it goes. That keeps me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. That keeps me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. Back to the harmonica. Which could be done with the guitar. I'm not doing that today, but it could be done with the guitar. You just need a ton of double stops. Just in case. Right, let's get into the first part. So we're going to begin with the E minor 7 intro riff. Now to play this, we're going to do the following. We're going to use our Ultimate Guitar tab, and I'll share the link to this, of course. And it looks as follows. No need to be alarmed with the tab. The tab is quite simply an E minor 7 chord, which is E minor, with your ring finger put onto the 3rd fret of the B string like this. Right, so you just get an E minor and use the side of your ring finger to get that E minor 7. That's what we get. You might find your ring finger slips back, so a good tip is to dig in the corner nearest the nail into the string. That can help. Now, let's take a look. So we get this. So it goes 1. Right, so count the strums. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll be the first thing. And then you go 2 Ds. 2 Ds to E minor. And I'll do it again. 3, 4. So the intro, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Okay, now here's the trick. To practice this, I would just practice the chords on their own over and over first to get that rhythm. And again. 3, 4. Now, where I'm saying 3, 4, that's where that fill goes, the 0, 2, 0, 2. The H between the 0 and the 2 here is for hammer-on. To do a hammer-on, you simply hit the open string on A, then with your index, you're going to hammer the finger onto the string, and I'll show you here how it looks. Watch this. So I pick the string, then as hard as I can, and think of it like a hammer. Like a hammer hammers onto something. It doesn't rest on it, so you go like that. As a practice item to build that strength, I take that out on its own and drill it. And it's more important to get the hammer on hard and loud than it is to pick the string loud so it might come out. Watch. You can still get a good sound. Okay, and then after that, what you do next is you'd pick the 0, 2. And then you drill those together. So if we called this one practice item here from the beginning up to the end of the chord, and then we called this fill another practice item, what you do then is you begin to practice the intro and then practice getting into the fill from there. If you've done a song like Have You Ever Seen the Rain that had a fill like, it's the same principle, just now we have this fill. It looks different, it sounds different, but it's the same principle. So I'd be thinking. By the time I play this D and I land on E minor, I'm really thinking about the fill. You've played E minor a ton, so you don't have to think about it. Okay, so that'll be the intro, and you drill that. Now for context, in the notes, any place I've written E minor 7 intro riff, that's what I'm referring to. Right, so we have it there, we have it at the end of the harmonica solo, and we have it at the end of the song. Right, so that bit is fairly important. The next thing then is we have the harmonica part, the solo. The 4 chords are E minor, C, D, and G. We have 2 beats on each, so we'll start with that. So what I'll do here is, you're just going to practice this. You're going to go E minor, then C, then D, up to G, like that. You do that 3 times. Okay, and to look at this rhythm here that's alongside it, see the count there. If you're a player, if you can play, you'll see I've written, you can do this by ear or example here. So I'm going to play it by example first. And if you can copy with that sound, work with that, right? So I'm going like this, I'm going to go. The arrows are going down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, down, and so on. You might have a couple of strums already in your playing vocab that you just find naturally suit this. If so, use those, right? You can put your practice focus then into doing the E minor riff. So that's the rhythm. Those are the 4 chords of the harmonica part. And then, if you want to read it, or if you need to read it, it's done as follows. The step 1 is to count. 1 and 2 and a 1 and 2 and a 1 and 2 and a 1 and 2 and a. You'd count that, then after a while you'd begin to say the arrows that you see. 1 and 2 and a is really down, 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 up. So you're saying down, 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 up, down, 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 up. And you'd instruct your hand. I might be saying them out loud, but I'm thinking them. Down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. Okay, and if you have a bit of a mechanical strum, one thing you can work on with this is just to hold the pick super light. Compare that to the intro. Then the stiff mechanical sound suits the intro, right? That's the cool thing. So that's the rhythm, and you would play this rhythm twice on each chord. Once on each chord, my bad. So you played once on E minor, once on C, once on D, once on G. As I said, if you can do it by ear, that's the quickest way. It's easy to get caught in the reading and the notation side of things and the counting and having to remember arrows, where you could have a rhythm that suits it, that's pretty close to it. All right, then you do that 4 times. You do that 4 times. 3, my bad. You do 3 times, and on the 4th time you end with the E minor 7 intro riff by 1. So let me play all of the harmonica part. Because as we do this, right, this is what you're going to play here for the harmonica solo as well. So the harmonica part goes, and I'll cut in here, so I go. Third time. Now I'm thinking of the other bit here. Here we go. Verse. I wanna live. Right? So that will bring you through all the harmonica part. Now let's take a look at the verse. Because the good news is we've actually done a lot of work here already. With the verse, you're playing the exact same thing as you had above. And you're doing it 3 times. So the work we've done talking about rhythm and talking about strumming lightly works for there. The only bit we're adding on here is this section. So we're going to take a zoom in on that now. So we'll do this. Now this section, okay, when you get to it, we're here. You see the rhythm is just a straight down. It goes, and this is the part where he goes, I've been searching for a heart of gold, and I'm getting old. Right, so the E minors are all down, the Gs are all down on that line. But that's where the way we play them matters hugely, because it's not going to go, keeps me searching for a heart. It goes, keeps me searching for a heart of gold. Doing this cool little technique called palm muting. First step will be just to get the count on the chords. It's like 8 strums on each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2. Then, but to do some palm muting, holding the pick still light, you're going to bring your palm over to the bridge of the guitar. And you basically strum while your palm is over that section. It's actually over the pegs here on the bridge. So, searching for a heart of gold. And then we go into that. That would be step 1 with that. Then step 2 would be after time, getting used to the bouncing effect on the chords. So you see my palm is bouncing. So it's like I'm strumming, but it has that muted effect. Now, give it a go. If you're inside our community and you want to go more in depth on that little palm mute thing, drop a comment. I can do an expanded video on that, no worries at all. It's just that like the palm mute thing is a cool thing to have, but the intro would be more important. Somebody would notice the intro missing from the song. Nobody might ever go, you're palm muting that I was going to say Neil Diamond, Neil Young song was so on point. You know, it's rare someone would say that. Now, the next thing, so that's our E minor going to our G. Then we need the snap on the C rhythm. Okay, so we're going to look at that now. So for that part, and I have the ultimate guitar still here, we can take a look back at that in a sec. You're going to go for this part. Okay, I'll count that. I'll go 1 and 2. So you count 1 and 2. On 1 and, you strum downs. 1 and on 2, you mute. You snap the strings. Use the pinky side of your hand. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. And then the rest of the rhythm goes like this. We go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I'll play that one more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. On the and 4, you're going to pick the A string, and on the 4 you strum down. So all together it goes. On the and there on the C, if you hit extra strings, it's okay. Listen if I hit an extra one of the times and not the other. It's hard to notice the difference. First way. That was the second way. It's very subtle, okay? So I will add that into the sheet for you. Then you go C, G. And this time you do 2 downs on the C and the snap again. And now you're going to, on the G, you're going to go down, root note, down. So we get this. Right, so that's that nice rhythm there in Heart of Gold. So if I back up a second, I'm going to go from here. Okay, I'll do all this section. And it'll look like this. I'll go. Keeps me searching for a heart of gold. Here it comes. And again. Keeps me searching for a See the way we do the repeat marks? So we go back to here. Keeps me searching for a heart of gold, and I'm getting old. Dun, dun, dun. Harmonica. Harmonica solo, you go back up to here. All right? Then after that, you're on another verse, which is this again. So effectively, you start the song with the E minor 7 intro riff, or you do that twice, then we have our harmonica solo. Then we have our verse. Watch out for the repeat marks. This line is done 3 times, whereas these lines are repeated. So you do this, 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 and this. Then you go back up to here, and you do those 2 lines again. And that ticks harmonica, verse, harmonica, verse. Right, so we're playing all this. Then we have the harmonica solo again, but without the E minor 7 riff on the tail, because we're actually going into the outro at this stage. So on the last harmonica solo, we do not play that tail, even though it's in it 3 times. Why I'm making a distinction is because this singing starts here straight away. So after the other harmonica solos, it was like, then it went, it went like that, right? But this time, it goes, then it goes, that keeps me searching for a heart of gold. And again, that keeps me searching and I'm growing old. Third time, keeps me dun, 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 dun. Then, that keeps me searching for a heart of gold. Right, let's take a look at that part. So, that was our outro. You do the intro part 3 times with singing, right? And then we have the chords that will look familiar because they're the same as these ones. All right, so now those are the board notes. Now let's take a look at the ultimate guitar notes. So intro, there you go, it's twice. Then we have the harmonic intro, E minor C D G, played 3 times like we said. And then we have our intro riff again. And this is why I am kind of a fan of the board way as well as the tab way, because this looks like a whole lot of info, but it's a lot of the same thing. The verse, E minor C D G, and that'll be done 3 times, E minor C D G, E minor C. Then the line we had here, the E minor that keeps me searching for a heart of gold, that is here. E minor, G, C, and I'm getting old. Repeat that. And then we've the riff. I would keep that out. So ignore the bit with the riff mentioned. And then we've the harmonica solo. We've verse 2, harmonica solo like we said, and outro. That's important. See the way this harmonica solo again had E minor, C, D, and G 3 times? Then E minor 7, D, E minor. But this harmonica solo has E minor, C, D, and G 3 times, but not the E minor, D, E minor, E minor 7, D, E minor line. So that's because we go into the outro. And that's the whole song, right? So just to give this a quick recap, we have the intro part with the riff that will have work to do on you'll have that part, then you'll have this part to work on, right? You work on both parts independently, then you start to combine them like you would have with, have you ever seen the rain? Right? And then once you get that once slowly, your work will be to work up to playing it twice, because after you land on this, you're back to chords. Right, so just keep an eye on that. The verse then will be okay. I was saying do the rhythm by ear if you want to. And then the keeps me searching with our palm mute there, and I can go deeper on that inside the community if you want. Keeps me searching. It's also used to enjoy that. There's a woman in the night. Rocking in the free world. Same idea. Then the C rhythm on that keeps me searching for a heart of gold. Okay, that would be a tricky rhythm to watch, so I'm going to add in a bit more detail into the sheet on that. That was your verse. The harmonica solo you've done as well, and the song basically bounces back between the verse and a harmonica solo. The only bit to watch is on the last harmonica solo, it goes into the outro, which is the keeps me searching for a heart of gold. The keeps me. Now on that outro, I wouldn't recommend. I generally would say, like the hammer-on thing there. Since you're singing over it, I mightn't play that. I might keep that out. You don't notice it missing so much if I go, the keeps me searching for a heart of gold. You keep me searching and I'm growing old. With it, keep me searching for a heart of gold. You keep, like, to sing and get the hammer-on stuff could send you down a trail of work that has a very small payoff compared to getting the intro on its own, getting singing with playing. And as you know yourselves, the trick is get the playing first, listen to the song a ton, practice the singing a ton. You can do the singing in the car, singing in the shower, wherever. And then once you have that totally in the back of your mind, then you can work on your chords and then start trying to combine them together. Okay, that'll be the trick. Hey, if you have any questions, let me know. Hope you enjoyed this lesson. Pop a comment below. Let me know what your biggest takeaways, or let me know what you're most looking forward to working on it. And I'll see you in the next lesson.